I finally come to the point where I can say, don't move to Oakland. It's trash. Stay tuned. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Bay Area's go-to real estate channel. My name is Derek, and today I can finally admit it. We're going to be talking about all the reasons why Oakland is trash. Don't move here, but make sure you stick around to the end because we're going to be talking about some things that may also surprise you. If you're new here, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. Without further ado, let's go. Okay, let's talk about the number one reason why people do not like Oakland. It's obviously because of the crime rate. We're talking about 35 per every 1,000 for just property crime. Violent crime is off the charts as well. There's some neighborhoods where they have daily carjackings or daily property crime. It's not something that's ideal. We're talking about 3 times higher than the national average. Some people will literally leave their cars unlocked, trunk open, or a sign on the window saying car is empty. Do not break into my car, but it still happens. My car was broken into twice living in Oakland, literally a week after I got there, but also in San Francisco, so that's not much better either. Now let's talk about things they don't tell you. Crime has actually dropped 19%, and there are still very safe neighborhoods in Oakland where a lot of people enjoy living. We're talking about safe as in they're right up there with some of the safest cities in the Bay Area. So Rockridge, obviously, Montclair, obviously, Crocker. There's a lot of neighborhoods that you can move to in Oakland. You just have to know where to look and do your research. Yes, Oakland has a problem. OPD has tried to up their patrols and make it safer. I'm not denying that Oakland doesn't have issues or crime, but there are still places you can live in Oakland and feel safe. Number 2 reason why Oakland is trash and why people don't like living here is the schools. Most of the schools are not great. We're talking about bottom 50% statewide. The reading level is also below national average. There's budget cuts. They don't have a lot of the equipment or supplies needed. It's just overall a mess. Oakland also has a lot of teacher turnover. So most of the public schools are probably not ideal if schools are one of your main focus to move to a neighborhood. However, there are other options. UMing Charter is top 5 charter schools in California. You also have Hillcrest, Cleveland, and Chabot Elementary, which are highly rated among parents. You can also look at private schools options. You can also request transfer to some of the best schools that are in like Montclair area or even Berkeley or Alameda. Piedmont is literally a stone's throw away. If you're in Temescal, it's like across the street. But Piedmont also has highly rated schools that you may want to look at if you are moving to Oakland. Let's talk about the next big problem, which is a problem in a lot of major cities, but Oakland, San Francisco, they tend to have the highest, and that's homelessness. Unfortunately, homelessness is a huge problem. There is no sugarcoating it. Depending on where you live, there may be homeless encampments nearby. Streets may be blocked off. Unfortunately, a lot of homeless people are just normal people who's down on their luck, unfortunately, but also, there are some where drugs and things of that sort is a problem. So obviously it jeopardizes safety and home values. The good news regarding Oakland homeless is, I'm not sure if you're aware or not, but the city did invest last year over $120 million to kind of help this problem. There have been a lot of areas that have been cleaned up, Temescal for one, and again, there are still areas that are problems. I'm not trying to sugarcoat it, but a lot of homeless have received housing or public structures they can go stay at. Neighborhoods and encampments have been cleaned up. This is only going to help. I'm not saying it's been solved, but it has helped. Now, for reasons that we talked about before, homeless, crime, schools, this makes Oakland housing market pretty volatile, unstable. Housing prices are down about 6% compared to last year. Then you have neighborhoods like West Oakland where investors like to buy, but investors have liked to scoop up property throughout Oakland for many years now. But all this makes the Oakland real estate market a little bit more flimsy than a lot of other real estate markets. Real estate as a whole is a roller coaster. It's ups and downs and volatile, but there are more stable markets than others. Oakland is a little bit more shaky at best. The good news is this kind of volatility and flimsiness leads to huge opportunity. So First-time home buyers are moving in. A lot of homes that were listed at the height of the pandemic for over $1 million are listed below $900,000 now. Places like Maxwell Park and Laurel Heights are expected to see big growth in the year to come. So there is a lot of opportunity in Oakland. Maybe not as much as the last couple years due to the pandemic and low interest rates. Now let's talk about the final problem, which may not be a concern for some people, but a lot of people do hate it, and that is the commute. So Oakland is a very central location. However, most people that live in Oakland commute either to Silicon Valley or San Francisco, which is a nightmare. Don't even attempt to get on the Bay Bridge or head down 880 and 101 because it's gonna be brutal. However, there are a couple things you may want to consider. So ferry service is expanding. There's actually a 25-minute ferry ride from Jack London Square to Oakland. Because Oakland is a tech hub, not as much as Silicon Valley, but obviously it is a major city. So San Francisco, Oakland, all major cities usually have tech hubs, and a lot of people work in tech. So it means remote work in some cases. So you may be able to remote in as opposed to fighting a horrendous commute down to Silicon Valley or San Francisco. Another thing is because Oakland is a major city, it is bike friendly or easier to get around on a bike or very, very walkable. So if you do kind of live in neighborhoods near your office, you may not have to rely on a car. With all that being said, Oakland, yes, it's trash to a lot of people. Again, I called home to Oakland for a few years. I had no issues, but a lot of people do. So if you do have issues in Oakland, or you were looking to move at Oakland and you don't want to deal with any of these things I talked about, here are some alternatives. Alameda, Berkeley, Piedmont are all stone's throw away from Oakland. They generally provide better options for some of the negatives we talked about in Oakland, such as better school districts, safer neighborhoods all around, and not being around some of the other issues like the volatility or homeless. Now, Berkeley still has homeless, but not as much as Oakland per se. Another area you may want to look at is San Leandro. Now, San Leandro is a little bit different than those other cities we named. So it doesn't have the culture, the diversity, the walkability, the things to do like Oakland or Berkeley or Alameda or even Piedmont. San Leandro is more of a kind of slow paced vibe, but it is a more affordable vibe as well. And it's right near Oakland. So if that's something you want to take a look at, that is something you may want to entertain. Now, one last neighborhood you may want to entertain closer to San Leandro in terms of overall vibe and feel than it would be Berkeley or Piedmont, but that is El Cerrito. So El Cerrito, much like San Leandro, does have a BART station. It is very centrally located, but again, you don't have the culture, the tradition, the overall vibe of living in a big city like you would with Oakland. It's much different than Oakland, but you are a hop, skip, and a jump away from that. So if you don't want to deal with any Oakland issues, those are the alternative cities. If I didn't scare you off of Oakland and you are looking to move into Oakland or the surrounding Bay Area, if I did scare you off, comment down below. I'll be happy to send you custom homes lists or off-market properties. Otherwise, subscribe for more brutally honest videos. We'll catch you on the next one.